Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rhea. Today, two Caribbean favorites, curry and stew, meet to create the ultimate comfort meal, curry stew turkey. We are also making a quick stewed dried pigeon peas and a quick garden salad to complete our delicious meal. If you would like to learn to prepare this combo for your friends, family, or neighbors, let's start cooking. Today I'll take you along with me as I prep my green seasoning. As you know, if you already have green seasoning in your refrigerator, this recipe is going to be even simpler. Green seasoning for me is usually whatever I can find in my refrigerator or pick from the garden. Today I have a bunch of cilantro, also known as bandana or shadow benny, 4 scallions, also known as chives in Trinidad. I have a lot of peeled garlic and pimento peppers. As you know, pimento peppers are always not readily available, but luckily I bought some in Queens. I put it in a resealable bag and I keep it in the freezer. Today I also have some nice fresh thyme from the garden. It came back from last year. I've thoroughly washed and chopped all these ingredients and I've placed it in the food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can use a blender with the minimum amount of water required. Let's start preparing the turkey. As I've said in my previous videos, the first rule of preparing your meat the Caribbean way is removing and scraping. And turkey has a lot of fine feathers, which is very difficult to remove with your nails or a knife. So I usually put the stove on and just burn out the little feathers over the burner. Today I'm using a combination of turkey wings cut into, this is about 1.5 to 2 inch pieces, and this is a turkey leg. We purchased it cut up like this from Key Food. We have about 4.5 pounds. The next step is to soak the meat, and we're soaking it in lemon juice. You can also use lime juice. Because turkey is more fresh than other meats, I'll do an additional step of soaking it in flour. And that's about 1/4 cup. So we soaked it in lime, and now we're soaking it in flour. And if you're gluten-free, you can use salt or the vinegar. All right, it will absorb all the freshness there, and it'll be nice and clean. For those of you who don't like turkey, the freshness might be the reason you don't like it. So if you soak it or if you clean it properly, you would not taste that freshness. Scraping, soaking helps. Now I'll drain out that water and I'll rinse a couple of times like I said before. If you smell it, there should be no odor, no freshness, no turkey smell, just nice and clean. Next, I'll prep the remainder of the ingredients for the stew, curry stew, and the pigeon peas at the same time. This is only going to take 1 minute, so hang in there. Because I know I'm making the stewed pigeon peas as well, I'm gonna chop up the scallions for that too. Save time like this. You could chop this finer if you wish. Now that's done, let's season the turkey. I'll add 2 teaspoons of salt, a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1/4 cup of green seasoning, and this is about 5 tablespoons of curry powder, the ketchup, the 1/4 of the large onion, the tomato, and the hot pepper, and the scallion. Now I'll give it a good stir using my hands, which might be easier. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. That's optional. And let's get this in here too. Waste not, want not, my mom used to always say. Massage it in really good, and we'll let this marinate for about an hour minimum, or you can put it overnight in the refrigerator. I'm adding 4 tablespoons of oil. Now I'll add 5 tablespoons of brown sugar. It's smoking, so I'll reduce the heat to low. I'm tilting the pot to allow it to cook evenly. Now I'll add my meat in. It has bubbled, froth, expanded and darkened. Raising the heat to high. Now it's fully combined. I'll cover it and lower the heat and allow it to release its juices. And we'll stir every couple of minutes. It's a lovely brown color, and that's exactly what we are looking to achieve. You can smell the curry and the seasonings. It's going to be extremely delicious. We're reducing the heat to low. Here we have 1/4 of a very large onion, 4 tablespoons of ketchup, 1 plum tomato, 2 scallions chopped, 2 tablespoons green seasoning, 1 tablespoon minced garlic, 3/4 of that carrot we saw before, about 1/2 pound of pumpkin, and 1 tablespoon of brown sugar and hot pepper. You can also add pimento peppers or celery stalks. We also have 2 15.5-ounce cans of dried pigeon peas, also called gandules. Now let me show you how to transform this boring can of peas into the ultimate stewed pigeon peas. The first thing I do is to rinse the pigeon peas, not only to remove any excess salt, but also to remove that canned taste. Before I continue, I need to check on the turkey. It's been cooking for about 10 minutes. It looks rich and thick and luxurious. Smells amazing. Has a perfect color. And it's just started cooking. We'll go get some thyme from the garden to add to this pot. And we'll cover it and continue to cook until all that liquid evaporates. I've added 1/3 cup of coconut oil. I'm adding half of this sugar. This is 2 tablespoons. I'll add 1 tablespoon of sugar, reserving the other tablespoon for later on. And the coconut oil is giving it a lovely aroma at the moment. I'm raising the heat to medium just to get things started. It's beginning to smoke now. We'll gently stir it. It's getting darker, so now I'll add all the other ingredients. Including the ketchup. The heat is still on low. I'll cover it and cook for 10 to 15 minutes. I've decided to add 1 pound of potatoes to the curry stew turkey, just for a nice thick gravy. Make it even more rich and luxurious. We have to decide whether we want to see pieces of potato in the curry stew or whether we want it to create a sauce. So I think I will add this somewhere midway so that we'll still see a few pieces of the potato. Another 5 minutes has passed, so we'll give it a stir again, basting it with its own sauce. This is the basting process. Just to make sure we are continuing to combine all these delicious flavors and seasonings, and also to make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom of the pot. I do feel there's something sticking there, so I have to keep a close eye on it. You could use a wooden spoon. If you're using an enamel cast iron pot like this, use a wooden spoon to scrape the bottom. I'm going to cover the pot and allow it to continue to cook, keeping a close eye on it. It's been cooking for about 10 minutes. It's beginning to stick. All the flavors are nicely combined. And all the seasonings have caramelized to bring out the richest and the best flavor. Now I'll add the pigeon peas to the pot. Give it a stir. I love dried pigeon peas, and we're elevating the flavor of pigeon peas today. Towards the end of cooking, we'll add some something green, chopped scallions or parsley, just to make the colors vibrant. Now we'll add hot water. I'll say about 2 to 3 cups of hot water, and cook it for another 15 to 20 minutes. Now I'll add the hot water. Let's see how much it needs. That's about 2 cups. That's about 2.5 cups. Let's give it a stir. Everything is cooked. We just wanted all the flavors to combine now. We want the marriage to happen right now. That marriage ceremony will take about 20 minutes. And then we'll be ready to eat. We still have to wait for the turkey. Okay, I'll raise the heat to high, bring it to a boil, and once it comes to a boil, I'll put the cover on, lower the heat, and cook it for 15 more minutes. The turkey has been cooking for about 35 to 40 minutes. It still has a lot of liquid in it. We'll give it one more stir. We'll cover it again. The heat is on low. And we'll let it cook low and slow to develop all that flavors, all the delicious flavors. Someone complained recently that my videos are too long, but there's no way I could teach you to develop delicious flavors like this in 5 minutes. So I do hope that you have the patience to learn and to watch till the end. So that's it, we'll cover again. Here we have some mustard greens, and you'll see soon we also have some lettuce that came up from last year. We'll use these to make a quick salad. We'll finish up with 1/4 cup of chopped parsley. That's a teaspoon salt, freshly ground black pepper. It's about a 1/2 teaspoon. Give it a mix. You can also finish up with some chopped pimento for flavor. Remove your thyme sprigs. Taste for salt and adjust. Really delicious. You also finish up with 1 tablespoon of your brown sugar to balance all the flavors. The turkey has been cooking for about 50 minutes now. As you can see, it's beginning to stick at the bottom. So now we'll add the potato. We'll do the test to see how tender it is. It's beginning to move away from the bone, so you know that it's almost cooked. 3/4 way cook, I would say. We'll add the potatoes, cover and cook. I also have some leftover pumpkin from the beans. We've added the potatoes and the pumpkin. I'll give it a stir. Make sure it's not sticking at the bottom. See, there's some sticking action going on. I'll add my water now and allow it to cook for about 15 more minutes or until the potatoes are tender. And then you're done. So we'll add about 2 cups of water. That's about, 2.5 cups of water. Get all the stuff from the bottom. I know I say that a lot. The potatoes and the pumpkin are optional. You could have continued to cook this, added your hot water and continued to cook without the pumpkin and the potatoes. The sauce will still be nice and rich. I'll add the rest of the water, I think, because we want lots of gravy. I'm going to raise the heat to high, bring it to a boil, and then once it comes to a boil, we'll cover and lower the heat. Now let's make a quick salad. I'll add another teaspoon of salt. We're coming to the end of cooking. Half teaspoon of black pepper. And some chopped bandania, also known as culantro, for finishing. Taste for salt. Remove your thyme sprigs. It's absolutely amazing. You're really gonna love this one, guys. I think it needs just a little more salt. You add salt to your liking. You can also add chopped pimentos at this point, but nothing else is required. As long as you have enough salt and pepper at this point, you're good, because there's a ton of flavor in here already. As you can see, the turkey is well cooked. It's tender. It's cutting easily with a knife. And it should break apart easily in your mouth. No knife required. That's all there is to it, my sweet friends. A few simple ingredients magically transformed into an unforgettable meal. If you've enjoyed being in the kitchen with me or learned something new, please like, share, and leave a lovely comment below. I always love hearing from you. And do subscribe if you wish to be a part of the Cooking with Rhea family. Until next time, stay safe, be well, cook, share, and love. Bye bye.